Hello and welcome to the New Age Geek channel. If you are new here, we'll build an inclusive space for people of all walks of life through the power of friendship, magic, and tabletop role-playing games. Tonight we have Forging Fates, our sober D&D campaigns in the critical role world of Exandria, following our adventuring party, the Fists of Fate. What's up, Fist?
Hello.
What's
Hello.
up? This is your friendly little reminder that the New Age Geeks includes more than just us up here on the screen. It relies on all of you wonderful geeks and your participation in this community that we are growing together. If you want to become one of the New Age Geeks, you absolutely freaking can. Just make sure to subscribe to our YouTube and Twitch channels and join our Discord, where you will find moderated chats, emotes by one of our favorite geeks, Sarah.
Hi, Sarah.
And chat rooms with the cast and other members of this growing community. Another way to help us out is with engagement, so we'd greatly appreciate if you'd watch the video all the way through, like, comment, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so that these platforms know to share us with everybody else. Beyond that, we have posts going up on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, and Threads, so if you're on those platforms, make sure to give us a follow for more geeky goodness.
Twitch Prime. It's a thing. It's free if you already have Amazon Prime. That awards you a 1-month subscription to any channel on Twitch. Once per month, you do need to go in and resubscribe to that channel at no additional cost. Just link your accounts and click subscribe with Prime on that channel. Hint, nudge, New Age Geeks, cough, cough. If you find yourself able, please subscribe, perhaps gift subscriptions to others, cheer using bits, donate via PayPal, and if you wish to sponsor the New Age Geeks, reach out to us directly via our Instagram page to begin those discussions.
Speaking of sponsors, if you enjoy the music we have going on here on Forging Fates, we highly recommend checking out the Songcraft bot. Songcraft bot allows you to play open source community select music and soundscapes directly from your Discord server with just a few clicks. Whether you're streaming online or playing at home with friends, you can enjoy their audio stress-free. With their pro level subscription, you get
Yeah?
With their Pro subscription, you get their playlist builder, shareable playlist codes, access to 40+ music genres, 20+ soundscape types, global genre selections, and 2 premium Discord servers, all for just $10 a month. But by using our referral code NAG, that's N-A-G, you get $2 off subscription for the first 3 months. All you need to do to get started is invite the Songcraft bot of your choosing into your server, then hit play and let Songcraft take care of the rest.
And we are also partners with Dragon's Nest Delivery. If you don't know what Dragon's Nest Delivery is, it is a D&D shop with a ton of D&D essentials, including dice, apparel, homebrew adventures, and their Nat 20 card series, which we have been using over on Queer and Present Danger, as well as a D&D subscription box. The subscription box includes dice, candy, one-shot adventures, minis, and a bunch of their downloadable content as well. So, when you go to checkout, make sure to use our referral code NEWAGEGEEKS, that is all one word, for 18% off of your order, and yes, that even includes the subscription box. So, when you go over and check them out, make sure to tell them that we sent you.
Okay. Announcements for the week. We have Forging Fates tonight. We have Investigation Check this Thursday with Dollar Store DM. I'll be chatting with her and learning all about all the things she's doing, like building terrain and stuff like that, everything that goes into that. Looking forward to having that conversation. And then we'll be back Monday with another episode of Forging Fates. Yuri, what do you got going on this week?
Tomorrow we are back over at Happy Jack's RPG playing the Electric State RPG Road to Nowhere. On Wednesday I'm going to be over at Help Action Needed, where we play a Fabula Ultima one-shot where we end the sun. That is what we're gonna do. We're gonna go kill the sun and get rid of it because it's bad. And then on Thursday, I'm back over at Help Action Needed, this time for the second episode of our very small 4-episode miniseries, Our Place at the End of the World, where we use there's the Life is Strange RPG 2 Moons Rising. Basically, we are a whole bunch of normal people who know that the world is going to end in a week, and it's us deciding how to spend our last days. It is really sad. People already cried the first episode. If you're in for some heart-wrenching emotional moments, definitely go check that out. And then just a reminder, I will be over at Gen Con. I will be running games, 6 games total over the course of Thursday and Friday for Safe Mode Disable by Boss Jellybean and some Monte Cook games as well. And then on Sunday, gonna be over here with Crypt Bard on the show. And I think that's it for me.
When you say over here, you mean on Cryptboard's channel?
At Gen
no,
Con.
at Gen Con on Sunday.
Oh, okay.
Sunday at Gen Con.
Yes,
Yeah.
not on this channel.
Not on.
No.
No.
I was
Um,
pointing at him through the the screen.
Didn't really. Yeah.
All right, Omega, what do you got going on this week?
The usuals tomorrow. You can catch me on twitch.tv/SirFeffers for Doom Scroll, which is our summer series. We come back to Terraform in August at some point. I think August, the first week of August. So check that out. On Thursday, you can catch me on twitch.tv/Captain Robert for Vecna Eve of Ruin as we continue in Chulch. And then I don't have all the details just yet, so don't quote me on this necessarily. But on Friday, I should be over on twitch.tv/GCX event for the GCX charity marathon, playing more D&D with Captain Robert as we raise money for St. Jude. St. Jude is a near and dear organization to my heart. Actually, my literal mat on my desk is St. Jude Play Live. So we raise money for the kids, especially when they can't. Gen Con, I have 3 different shows at Gen Con. 2 of them I'm DMing, 1 Yuri's in. And Oops All Hembos is also back for Gen Con, and other things I'll be doing there. So just look at my socials for anything that's happening. That's really that. Yeah.
Okay. CC or Dom, you got anything going on this week you want to talk about?
On my personal channel over on Thursday, I will be continuing my Baldur's Gate 3 playthrough with B Does D&D and Sequo. So make sure to check that out. We're just about to hit Act 2. So.
Nice. Okay. Dom, anything?
I work nights, so I don't have time to be streaming. I want to, but I can't.
All right, then. If that is it for announcements, then let's dive into tonight's episode of Forging Fates. All right, and we are back. So, real quick, shout out to the 2 people that rated us already as we're getting started. This channel called Crypt Bard. I don't know who that might be, but welcome in, everyone. And was it Dicey Decisions? Welcome in, guys. That being said, who would like to do the recap for last week's episode?
I'll do it.
Okay.
So the distraction plan didn't exactly go as we had planned. We were playing some kind of bowling game, and then she immediately picked up on the fact that we were trying to distract her. The spider pirate lady, I didn't bother to learn her name.
Monster.
She attempted to teleport away, and I counterspelled her, in which a fight began. She fought us with a mix of magic and melee weapons. It was a tough fight, as she attempted to banish Gormrog a couple of times. But seeing as we were cutting it close, she teleported away, and I unfortunately was unable to counter her magic. Gormrog, with the insight that she might be running off to her ship, decided to run off across the water to the ship to assist Morgan and Rhynak and Zeril, in which they fought Driders and another drow that lay on the ship. I'm not too sure what happened while they were over there, but I took a second to sit down and look at the chains, and that's when I became enveloped in chains. I cried out for help, and it took a few moments before I found myself in Gormrog's arms again. I don't know what it means or what else is in store, but let's hope we can get it over with quickly.
Okay. Then, picking up where we left off, as Gormrog, you have made your way back over to the beach with Finnick. Rhynak, you have gathered the loot from Nalistra, and if I'm not mistaken, Morgan, you have recovered the map that was on the desk for the ship, the sunken ship, wherever that might be. Cormac. Yeah.
Oh.
Go ahead, Rhynak. Go ahead. I have none.
You would have just seen Morgan and Soshi, technically Sarah as well, as Rhynak walked outside. There we go. As Rhynak walked outside and watched Gormrog literally run across the water, there was a stillness as they watched for a while with an intensity before they turned on their heel, walked right past you, wherever you may be, and Soshi went back to the body of the matron, rummaged through, grabbing some things. You see him grab 2 scrolls, some potions, some gold pieces, some other pieces. Very quiet, not really trying to make it be a thing. Have completely let you grab the map. Did not even look in that direction. And it's overall quiet, for one reason or another. But that's what you have seen. Do. I get these things added to my inventory.
I think Morgan would have kept trashing the room, apart from seeing that Rhynak grabbed whatever was on her person. She has the map. I don't care what else that lady was carrying. Do I find anything interesting in her cabin?
Roll me another investigation check. First roll of the night, everyone.
Sure.
Let's go.
Let's go. Wow. I'm not smart.
Screaming.
That's not a bad roll, though. 14?
14. Besides the map, which is the thing you're kind of keeping an eye out for, you also find 500 platinum pieces within the desk. You find a key.
Uh-huh.
To what it's to, you're not aware of. And you find a symbol to the Spider Queen herself, Loth.
Yucky. Okay. I want to walk out of her cabin and go around her ship, putting that key anywhere I can think of to see what it opens. Keeping an eye as well on chests or cabinets and things like that that might also be locked besides doors.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that's gonna take you some time.
I figured.
But you start going around to try and find what this key might belong to.
With my, I know I'm not actively looking because I'm doing, getting the things off the stuff, but with my passive investigation of 30, is there a chance that I spot what they're looking for, where this key might go?
So what I'll say is You do. There is you do notice that one of the frames of against the wall, it's kind of like built-in picture frame. There is a small seam, and you do kind of like give it a little peek, and you see that there's a keyhole within it that seems to unlock this frame.
Does the frame move at all, or is it just like
It's
kind of
built into the wall, and the keyhole is on the bottom of the frame, and it's this
the
little
bottom of the frame? Yep. Morgan, you would see quite literally an illusory like skeleton hand appear and point at the frame. He's not looking at you though. He's doing his own thing.
And she wouldn't know it's from you either. So I think when it appears, she does that like karate, you know. And then when it just doesn't get closer and points, she looks over, sees what it's pointing at, and goes, "Oh, well, thank you very much, sir." And she'll just walk over to the little painting.
It'll disappear.
Like,
Okay.
damn, that was so weird. She has no idea it was you.
That's fair.
Okay.
What's inside?
You open up, you find
Yes,
a
please.
small, it looks almost like a hand crossbow, but you notice that the typical, where there's two typically like bow parts to the front, where there's normally just two of them, this has four, and they're inscribed with these arcane runes on them, and you can see the like electricity crackling along the string lines. And you've seen this before. You've seen something like this. This is a electrically charged weapon from the Wanderman Assembly. It's part of the technology that they've been kind of developing. And it is a +1 hand crossbow that once per long rest deals 2d6 lightning damage on a hit.
Nice.
You will also see a stack of letters.
Do I want to be nosy? Yes, I want to be
Okay.
nosy. gonna
Giving
take
you
the stack of
giving a
letters.
quick scan, you can see that this is correspondence between two members of the Wanderman's Assembly. It is. Let me get on my name. Between a Nedra Voltwire, who roll me a history check.
I'd love to. Like I said, not the smartest.
Okay.
12.
Okay. You don't know who that is.
Okay.
As well as a another individual called this one you do know, Captain Kaylin Morn. That
Caitlin
is
what?
Morn, Mourn.
Oh.
He is the captain of the Ashdrift, one of the pirate crews that you're familiar with. It goes on to describe, oh my god. Sorry, everyone. It goes on to describe a detailed account of the different pirate crews in the area, as well as potential locations for their hideouts. You do see that yours is on here. It does have
Gasp.
the name of your old ship, however, and there's a big line through your name, as if you have been killed.
You wish. But it does have others as well who aren't crossed out, I'm assuming.
Yep, there's a mixture of people who are and who are not crossed out.
Lovely. Go ahead and take that with me.
What was the first name you said?
That was
Nedra Voltwire.
Nedra Voltwire. Jinx.
Volt Wire?
yeah.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Yeah, we have a traitor in our midst. Fisk Tusk. Is that everything?
Yeah, that would be everything that you find in there. What you do know about Kalen is he is a fire ganassi, captain of the Ash Drift, known for setting ships on fire.
Well.
Hmm.
Who would have guessed?
I know, right?
The ash drift? Yeah.
Or like the ass drift.
Hey! Nerds.
Hey, you laughed.
After grabbing all of that, look around and seeing only Rhynak there. Kind of like, hey, where did the others go? I got kind of really into trashing her room.
Oh, having a private lovers conversation, probably.
Okay. Nope, don't tell me anymore. That's fine. Well, yep, that's all I need to know. That's all right. What do you think we should do with her? She motions to the ship.
I don't care. Burn it. Keep it. What do you pirates do?
No, it depends. If the captain was still alive, I'd burn it. But they're not. So I could keep it. Is there any crew on the ship?
You had said that they were out, but they would be coming back at some point?
Right. Yeah, that was
Okay.
that was your last kind of investigation. That was what you had gathered.
Okay. Lovely. I think I'm going to wait for the crew, actually. She looks around and did Miss Spider Lady have a captain's hat?
Yeah, she did. It's got the come on, Harley. Jeez Louise, you're gonna pull out a camera. It is black with this gold spider-like web design across the top of it, and there's this gold rim across the lip.
Okay. I grab it and put it on and walk out. And I am going to go ahead and essentially sit on the railing on the side of the ship facing the beach, so that when they do start coming up to the ship, they see me
Okay.
wearing the hat.
Okay.
I will say that it didn't happen until you put the hat on, but you saw a slight look of disgust at the hat specifically. And
Yeah, it's not my style either. Just trying to send a message, thinking I'll burn this later.
Do what you must. And he's just going to side eye the Coatl. Unless they've switched back.
They have switched back by this point.
Okay. Side eye Soshi. Walk out as well. Because there's nothing else here that he needs or wants. And looks back over towards where Gormrug and Finnick went. Almost taking up that sentry type of stance. Just intently watching.
Okay. And then we'd like to know, Gormrug and Finnick, what have you guys been doing during this time?
Since we left off, I was just holding Finnick, rocking back and forth with tears streaming down my face. I'm going to brush the hair out of her face and just wipe the tears from her cheeks and just say, I came as soon as I could. I'm sorry I wasn't here.
It's not your fault.
My statement still stands. Fault is irrelevant. I wasn't here. You needed me.
You were off helping them. They needed the help.
They didn't. It was impulsive and reckless. I shouldn't have run off like that.
We didn't know what other tricks you have up our sleeve.
Shouldn't have left you alone. I'm sorry.
I take a heavy sigh and sort of lower my head a little bit. I forgive you. I know you don't forgive yourself, but just know that I forgive you.
I don't know what to expect from this fucker. I don't know how to defend against it. I don't know how to attack something I can't see. I know you have his thing in the bag of holding. Stop it.
Sorry.
And these chains just keep growing. What if it consumes you? What if he takes you? What if he appears? How do we know what to expect? How do we know how to stop it? I'm trying the best I can, but I don't forgive myself because it's not enough, and not being enough is the motivation that has gotten me this far. I keep pushing myself to be better.
And that's all you can do. We can't expect to learn how to stop him. We're not going to be able to do enough research, or unless we can only learn as we go, which is the issue. I'm the one who tapped into whatever power he's been offering, and I should have known that it would come with consequences. I just needed to figure out a way to help from all the way over here. I can't exactly run on water.
Yeah, that's that is a result of pushing my body to its limit. You know, there's a reason for that. There's a reason for everything I'm able to do. When we were fighting Redep and the Myriad, and we were chasing him across the rooftops. Do you remember that?
Kinda hard to forget.
He turned around and, with his crossbow, hit Clover 3 times and dropped her instantly. And because of that, and not being able to stop that, I learned how to snatch arrows out of the air. When I took my expositor's exam, and for the record, you're not allowed to know this, the floor was electrified. Every step I took was painful. I learned how to run on walls. And consequently, water. It's the same concept. It's how I channel my ki into my feet. It's a long story. But the point is that I failed and had to get better. You probably don't even know this, but there was a point in the Feywild when the hag spat poison at me and dropped me. While I lay on the floor of her lair, I processed that poison. I'm now freaking immune to it. Every failure is a lesson. Just have to figure it out. I learned how to do these stupid runes on my wrists just to keep up with Raynor. I learned how to get faster and faster and faster because it's never been enough. I've never been fast enough. And even now, I ran across the water in an instant when you cried out for help. Moloch was still faster than me. I'm afraid, Finnick. I am. I'm afraid of losing you. I won't let that be one of my failures.
I'm just as afraid of losing myself.
You mean too much to me.
Why don't we go get some rest?
Okay.
And I'll
It's a good
push
idea.
myself up.
Where's the bag of holding?
On my hip.
What's your guys' passive perceptions?
12.
13.
Okay. Very well.
Don't like that at all.
God damn it, Joe.
Finnick, you hear the faint sound of slithering and electricity crackling as
Mm-hmm.
you feel your hand wrap around the hilt of a multi-headed whip as the chains have decided to place it into your hand once more. You see the heads kind of twist to look up at you. And you could swear one of them smiles before they all flail down and just begin to hang there, lifeless again.
I'm gonna attempt to shove it back in the bag of holding.
Easy enough?
As I head back towards our ship.
Okay. Morrigan and Rhynak being the last two for the evening as you sit on the deck Eventually, you hear the sounds of people approaching, the excited laughter of people coming in from a night's festivities in a city built around piratehood. Eventually, you see about a dozen pirates making their way back to the ship of various species, genders, and all of the likes. They begin to make their way over, and eventually, as they begin to make their way up the quarterdeck, stop as they see a not Captain Melistra staring at them wearing her hat.
I take the hat off, wave at them with it, and put it back on my head. As I look around to whoever here seems to have the highest rank among them.
Sure. From the pack, you see this drow male kind of begin to make his way forward. His face pretty heavily scarred, big, especially for an elf. Step up. It's Morrigan, right?
That is Captain Stormblessed to you, but yes. Now, it seems that there has been a change in management. Would you notice that? Now, you all here have a couple of options, okay? First is graciously accept this change in management, as your previous captain lies dead on the floor of their cabin. Option number 2 is I burn the ship down. Now, I don't force people to work with me, so those of you who would rather stay on this island and seek other employment are more than welcome to do so.
Roll a persuasion check for me.
Can it be an advantage since Rhinak is standing right behind to the left?
Sure, I'll give you an advantage. Because of Rhinak's position and appearance.
I've got
you
Sochi
can-
on one side.
yeah. I'm gonna say you can
The angel and devil on your shoulder?
you can either make this a persuasion or
Literally.
intimidation check.
I love it.
Just let me know which one you're going with.
Okay. Nat 20.
Okay.
I'll do. I have less in persuasion, but I feel like she wouldn't try to intimidate them.
She's going
into
to
it.
try and be persuasive.
Like, this is like a very genuine thing. Like, hey, we're pirates. It's very matter of fact. You don't like it? Stay here and work for someone else. I don't care. You
Okay.
know?
Let me just roll something
So
real
I'm
quick.
not trying to be super mean about it, but that was a nat 20 for a 27.
To add to that,
Oh, goodness.
because Rhinak was still watching, and as they walked up, he just literally turned his head to look at who was coming. So it looks like he is part of this trio, but he's really not. He just happened to be in that position. But as he's staring, he's looking at anyone who has spider iconography. And it looks like if you don't agree, Rhinak might act.
Okay. Roll me an intimidation check too, just to see how much vibe you're putting off.
What are you talking about? Rhinak is all vibes, bro.
6.
Okay, good to go.
6.
All right. So, for the sake of brevity, I will say 3 of them kind of just look at each other and like, this ain't our fucking this ain't our fight here, and just begin to make their way back into the city. The other 9, the drow male specifically, kind of come up to you. So what's the pay?
We can figure that out depending on how many of you are staying and what you all can do. But that's talks for whoever is going to, yes, take care of this ship, as I won't be helming it myself.
Okay. Well, this is who's sticking by, Captain. You can see the 9 individuals.
That is wonderful. Well, just come here. We'll take our time. And she'll lead them to wherever their navigation room is and sit around with them and find something that works for them. Find out who can do what type of thing to make sure that she has a skeleton crew that can still keep the ship afloat, essentially.
Okay. And like I said, just for the sake of brevity, you have this conversation. Kind of eventually, you and Ryan are able to depart the ship when you feel like you have a new crew on a newly acquired ship, and you feel like they are adequate to the crews that have worked for you previously as you rebuild your armada.
Yeah, I'm gonna have them, because part of me was debating whether I give them the coordinates to the cove and have them just head there, or have them follow us. But I think for the sake of security, I'll have them follow instead.
Okay.
Yeah, so they'll just be,
They're
you
on
know,
standby,
in the-
ready to depart. The new, I'm assuming, do you have any of them that you wanted to make captain? Is there someone you want to make to be a captain of the ship?
I think now that I have more people on my ship, I might have Gale be here as a stand-in for me.
Okay.
Because then he can watch them and let me know, oh, this guy seems like he's trouble and all that stuff. And by the time we make it to the cove, have a good idea of who I'm keeping, who I'm not.
Right.
And
Okay,
all
cool.
of that, see who listens. So I'll have Gale ride with them. But I give him instructions to like, hey, like let them, like they sail this ship all the time. Let them do their stuff. I just want you to
observe and report.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Did you guys have anything else you wanted to do for the evening?
No, after all that's done, I head back to my ship if they are no longer at the beach. I'm assuming. Did you guys go back?
Yeah, I think everyone just made their way back to the ship.
We went back to the ship.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Well then, as you all make your way back, go ahead, Reinek. Oh, I thought you had something to say.
No. I was going to say something. I realized never mind. He would have been walking back while Morgan had pirate chats because no. But so he probably would be like sitting outside of the ship somewhere, maybe on a barrel, legs crossed over one another, writing in his book, just silent and waiting and saying nothing.
Reinek.
Yes.
As you sit there in your book, tracing along with your newly grown quill, you feel the shadows around you creep up and begin to almost envelop your space. Not enough where you're invisible, but you feel them linger and pull on your edges. Well, Reinek, how does things proceed?
It's almost an out-of-body expression as he is clearly looking at his book, but seems to look through it for a moment as his voice rings out around him. My lord, everything is as planned.
Is it? Because I still don't have what I want. But
Well, if spiders and snakes and devils and others who watch don't get in my way,
you have grown my gifts. You feel an ethereal hand caress yours across the quill. I expect returns, Rhynak. Don't keep me waiting.
my lord. We take too soon. Things are not ready. We take too soon, someone is alerted. Biding time is what we do. Do not fret. They are within my sight. They have been since they thought they found me at sea.
You feel
But
a hand kind of caress across your face, clearly coming from the right side, and just slowly trace around your left eye. I eagerly await your next report, Rhynak. Have fun booking.
the pressure and the shoulders drop immediately as this presence leaves. And it's at that he realized how tightly he was gripping the quill. It doesn't ever dip into an ink pot, but it is dripping that dark magenta as he's realized, just like Nolestra said, just like what is clear, there isn't much time. But you see him look over in the distance where he felt Fennec and the others. Even looking back towards the web spinner, where he knows Morgan is for the time being. And there's a sense, dare not call it sadness, but maybe a sense of, I really do like them. But nevertheless, he waits.
Okay. With that, eventually you all find yourselves back on the ship and find your way to your own quarters, wherever they may be. Eventually, for what feels like 3 episodes, take a long rest.
Finally. Ah.
Button has been pushed. You can't take it back.
I can't find the button.
Sounds like a problem.
There it is.
point a note. Gormrog would not be in the same room as Finnick that night.
Okay.
He'd sleep on the deck.
Does that change anything for anyone? Okay. Then, as the sun rises the next day, who would be the first to awaken?
Yelp.
Oh,
Gormrog. Okay. Gormrog, being the first to awaken, you kind of rise up as the sun cascades across your face in the early morning. You awake and you can instantly, looking across the city, you see just the pillars of smoke from various fire pits throughout the city. Just this like steamy, whitish smoke, white-gray smoke rising up throughout the city. You see a couple of places, especially on the beach, where crews have just laid down to sleep because it's cheaper than a hotel, but not the deck of it, not their ship. So it's a vacation. So they are just sleeping on the sand. You can see a handful of goblins beginning to make their way through the city streets, picking up trash and going about daily business, kind of getting things straightened up. And they're all kind of wearing a very similar outfit. It's this like bluish tunic with these bright yellow stripes across it. Not quite sure where they got matching outfits from, but hey, who are you to question it? They're just kind of running around, and you kind of get this flashback to help me out. It's been a long time. It's been 100 episodes, guys.
Stir and
Goblins
fry.
that I used to
Stir and fry.
Yeah.
You get this flashback to Stir and Fry and their antics, so it seems on brand, at the very least. Is there anything you wanted to do in the solitude of the ship before the rest of the party starts to wake?
Yeah. I'm gonna start pulling out all my notes.
Okay.
Unsent letters to Cressida Holt, notes and journalings, and I carry a scroll case on me just beneath my pack, and I'm going to just empty it, and I'm going to go through all of it and compile everything I can on what we know about Moloch, from the details about the blades and the details that we learned from the paladins of help me out, Bahamut.
Mhm.
Because they have that relief
Yeah.
on the wall. Everything that we learned through experience with Finnick, everything that we learned from her parents in either timeline.
Mhm. Okay.
Um,
Then I'll give a brief recap since we have some new party members. As you kind of go over these notes, you starting timeline wise, the as far as the timeline as you're aware of it is a group of adventurers went to hunt down Moloch, who had begun to try and find a way to fuse himself with the Chained Oblivion. One of those party members was the wielder of the Tetra swords, which have now been shattered at that person's death and spread across the world. Not because Moloch spread them, but as a result of their shattering, they spread out across the world.
Dragon Ball style.
Yes, that party was defeated. There is a silver dragonborn that is being held by Moloch, according to what the Platinum Riders believe. the Platinum Guard, please, rather. That's all the information you know about that. The rest of the party was defeated and were seemingly unable to stop Moloch from siphoning power from Thrazdun. You guys have begun to gather the blades. Whether they're needed for this or not hasn't really been established. But hey, Risen Gaia. Yep, Risen Gaia. Thank you so much for the raid, guys. There is moving forward a little bit. You understand that Finnick seemingly has been birthed through some sort of arcane influence from Moloch / Thrazdun. One of the two. It has been mostly Thrazdun that has had the, I guess we'll say, genetic influence, but Moloch seems to be the mental influence that has been there. And you're aware that Moloch considers Finnick to be a bride / connection to the material realm in some way. And Moloch's influence on Finnick has been growing stronger over time. I think that's it. If I'm missing any details, feel free to remind me. We are almost at 100 episodes, so I don't remember everything.
That was a fairly succinct summary.
Okay.
I think I got it all written down now. I'll replay that later to get more notes. There's a star next to the Silver Dragonborn.
Mm-hmm.
Just in Gormrog's notes, and just a question mark next to it. Is it there? Is it not? Is this a possible ally? Is this a possible threat? We have no way of knowing. There are hesitation marks next to where it says Moloch considers Finnick a wife. The lines are a little deeper, as if writing it was an effort. A star next to the Tetra Sword links to a star further down, detailing life, death, fire, stone, air, water. And known locations on the back of the page. And notes connect to notes, connect to notes, to connect to notes. It's a compilation of half a year at this point of exploration and information. And at the top it just says Moloch the Devil.
I think Morgan wanted to be the next to awaken.
Oh yeah, she's excited. She's got a treasure map. That's as party as you get. She hasn't had one of these in a while. They're not as common as people think. People don't write down the locations to their treasures. So she is up and bright and early and very clearly excited. Comes up to the deck like, good morning everyone, to all of the crew who is coming out and going about their duties, whoever's turn it is to do certain things. She will head over to the navigation room, lay the map out, and start figuring out how to get there.
Okay.
She had heard that it was on the way because it was a little further north of here.
Yeah.
So they might be able to ride past it.
Yeah, looking at the map,
ideally.
the spot, it is essentially in the middle of the water.
Yeah.
It is to the north of the northern island. It's along the shipping lane that travels around, like on the outskirts of the Shattered Teeth, for people to avoid having to like dip between all the islands. It just curves along the outside before cutting in. That's the shipping lane you're familiar a shipping lane you're familiar with, that the Wanderman's
Drake.
Assembly uses. Heinrich.
Yeah.
I'm out of drink. So it is kind of placed up there. It is a little bit north, the way the islands are laid out. It's northern between, there's the curve. If you're looking at the map, there's the curve there where there's the few islands, and then your cove kind of tucked in the center there. So very easily you can travel north to the outskirts of the Shattered Teeth, hit it, and then dive back in. It's about a day's travel total from where you are
Beautiful.
around to your cove.
Lovely. So ideally, we hit the sunken ship, loot it, and make it to the cove sometime in the middle of the night.
Okay. All right. Is there anything else you wanted to do, Morgan, or just...
No, I think she'll be in her navigation room kind of like until everybody else gets up.
Okay.
She, does tell people like, hey, all right, we're gonna end up setting out early. Gotta lead on some treasure and just make sure that people are ready to go as soon as possible. She'll probably, because there are some of her crew that would have not slept on the ship, wanting
Right.
to take advantage of everything. And it's kind of like as soon as everybody's here, she's setting sail. It doesn't really matter if the rest of the party isn't awake or not. They're all on a ship. So she just waits long enough for the rest of the crew to filter in,
Okay.
so she doesn't leave anybody behind, and then is going to start just setting sail.
Okay. Awesome. Rhynak or Finnick, is there anything you guys wanted to do before the ship set sail, or is that what's the event that wakes you up?
I will say that Finnick will be like the last to rise. I'm probably spending more time in bed than I normally would.
Mhm.
As I take out my journal and start making entries. And at some point, I do end up taking out the whip and just sort of inspect it.
Okay. As you take it out, there is this audible hiss as you swear like the whips are animated for a moment before it's fully kind of exuded from the bag, and they just kind of fall limp again.
I just take my time to inspect it and sort of grasp how it feels in my hand.
It feels perfect in your hand. Like your own sword doesn't feel this comfortable in your grip. It is almost like electric in your fingertips.
The second I start getting too comfortable with it, I just try to snap myself out of it, put it back in the bag, and then make note of that in my journal as well.
Okay.
I think that's when Finnick hears a knock at their door. As a note, Rhynak does sleep, but he has not moved, not much.
I just slowly sort of creak the door open, just peeking out so you can only see one eye before I see Renak. Good morning.
Side note, wherever Gormrug is on the deck, You would, at some point, you have enough of a passive, I believe, see Gregor has perched and watches you.
Hey, Gregor.
Ah!
Love it.
And it doesn't seem like they're like staring at you, but like definitely knows you're there and just kind of does a cursory scan. Rhynak seeing Finnick, hands behind its back. Clearly something, a magic dissipating, hinting that it was a mage hand knocking, not necessarily him. And seeing you crack open the door. I thought I would take it upon myself, considering you slept longer than usual, Captain, to check and see if you are okay.
I feel like okay is a relative term here, but I'm standing on 2 feet.
I believe the others are. We should be setting sail any moment if we have not already done so. This goose chase towards whatever destination Morgan wishes to go. Treasure map or something.
Right. Well, I'm hoping it'll be an easy grab. But given the reputation of the Shattered Teeth, I highly doubt it.
It is a fickle place. I am sure we will find many trial and tribulation. Many more outside of these walls, this ship, and some within.
I kind of want to do an insight check on Rhynak for that that comment specifically.
He's so sus. I love it.
I'm not gonna read shit. That's a natural 1.
Rhynak has never been more trustworthy.
Even with that though, he's standing. He has not like made any weird fidgety. He's upright, not hunched. I don't know. After the little escapade upon the ship, what happened last night? But as we are traveling, I think it would be pertinent of myself, and perhaps all, to speak more about contingency plans.
I let out a breath and sort of look down as sort of a realization sort of hits. Like, I don't, like, just given the inflection. It's unfortunately something I realize we might have had to talk about at some point. But I appreciate you for having the courage to actually bring it up.
Courage is something that comes to those who have seen the truth and are not afraid to face it. And the truth is, dearest Finnick, that what is happening upon your arm, many eyes are also watching, including those connected to spiders.
Speaking of many eyes,
Oh no!
Rhynak, do you currently
Yes.
have your true vision up?
It's always
It's always
as long
up.
as
That's
have-
what
yep.
I just want to double check.
Yep.
You see a host of little imps in the ceiling glaring down at Finnick.
on my ship,
Invisible.
Gall.
Invisible to most, but not you.
What do they look like? Sentries watching? Do they look almost hungry? Like, what type of energy are they giving? Are they giving pounce? Or are they giving patience?
They don't look like they're about to strike. I'll say that. But they are like a pack of wolves on a scent. Just few of them are pacing along the wood, their claws just gripping at the wood. Silent as you're surprised how quiet they're being. I'll say that. Imps are sneaky. This is a different level. They are stepping with no sound. Even when they dig their claws into the wood, there should be a sound. There's none. And as you see, just because your passive perception is so high, as its claws dig into the wood, you see this faintest bit of black smoke rise from their fingers.
Would it be a good assumption based on the context clues and things I've seen, especially having seen another imp try to attack my buddy and get its shit wrecked? Is it safe to assume that they have been sent by someone?
It appears that they are watching Finnick for a reason. Yeah. And this is unlike imp behavior, typical imp behavior.
Okay.
So it's a safe bet that they're here on a mission.
On a mission, that's fine. They got their job. I'm not going to take away their job. They probably don't get benefits.
Surprisingly, the contract's in hell.
Well,
succinct.
Listen, the Fae and the Fiends know how to write a contract. You see, probably, I don't know how your passive perception is. His eyes flicker up just for a moment before looking back at you.
I do not have a good passive perception, so.
Rip, probably not then. Have a really good passive perception.
I have good passive insight.
I don't think he's displaying anything just yet. He looks back towards you though. And with your passive insight, there is a sincerity upon his face as he looks back at you. I am here for many reasons. And quite a few of those reasons include enjoying this company, this group, and having a distinct desire to see that you are safe, not within the hands of others who don't deserve a light like yourself. But those contingency plans are still and should be in effect. Plans of which we can speak about whenever it is time to do so.
I will just give a solemn nod. I don't want to hurt anybody. Especially not you, Ormrog, Morgan, Soshi, Gale.
You can hurt Soshi, that's fine.
Cyril. Maybe one of these days I'll understand the beef you have with Soshi. But just promise me you won't let me hurt anybody.
He takes a slight step closer, and it's not to feel like above, it's just to have a closer connection. Doesn't feel like authority, nor does it feel like intimidation, someone trying to be big. because he's not. That man has a -1, and in his strength, he's not big, not at all.
Finnick is
It's been,
about
and
twice
Finnick's
as
jokes, right?
twice as wide.
Right, yeah. Jokes. So there's nothing he could do physically that could even attempt to intimidate, and he's not attempting to. But he takes a step forward. If there is one thing I can promise you, is that I won't let you hurt anyone with that.
Thank you.
Now, if my calculations are correct, bread, fruit, and perhaps a stale, dried piece of meat is your breakfast option today. You should probably... I dare not tell a captain to do a thing, but staying in bed won't let you get a handle on that. Not in my humblest opinion.
And you are probably right. Would you care to join me to head up to the deck?
Fine, I can do such a thing. And... No, never mind. He will just put his hands back behind his back. Kind of like his weight, because I'm assuming that they need to get himself together if they're not already together. Just feel him hanging, leaning against the wall outside of your room, waiting.
As you exit the room, Rhynak, one of the imps does follow you out and kind of lands on your shoulder.
Oh,
Goes to land on your shoulder.
Sorry. I'm like, if imp follows and is intending to get close. You know what? I think he does let it.
Okay. Doesn't seem to be hostile. It seems to be more
Sure.
like coming towards you to say something rather than
Mhm.
attack you. And you see it kind of land on your shoulder and come up to your ear and just whisper so it can't be heard by anyone else around. You ready for your death? Depth, left eye. She belongs to the master. She's not yours to take.
I don't want to take her. Thing. Unlike you and your master, I understand asking before taking.
Grips onto the wood of the wall and just starts to climb up the wood.
He just waits. He doesn't say anything else. Not gonna let himself stoop to the level of that.
An imp. Okay.
I
Well.
eventually come out in my armor and everything, and just sort of like tightening up a few belts. Learned my lesson yesterday not to go too far without this, so.
Ah, yes. Armor. I might have the capacity to teach you the arcanic variant of that, but it might take time.
That would be nice.
We'll see. And he'll just turn and start to walk.
Okay. So, with that, with Morgan being prepared to launch the ship at a moment's notice, as soon as her crew is on board, as the pair of you make your way up to the deck of the ship, meeting up with Gormrog, you feel the ship launch from port and begin to make its way back out into open sea. And you can see the Red Widow's coil make its way out as well, following relatively closely behind as the ship begins to veer northward up, trying to follow the path to this sunken treasure. And I think that is a good place for us to call a break. We'll be back in a couple minutes, everyone. I got nothing else. Love you, geeks. We'll see you in a few. We are back. Okay. So, with the ship finally leaving something, I don't know, unimportant. Every time you say it, Omega, I think you're saying Soul Train. I don't. Anyways, so as your ships now, Morgan, pull out from Soul Train Reach and begin to travel north, just is there anything anyone wanted to do as you are traveling?
As soon as I see the rest of them kind of make their way up to the deck, from the helm, I will like wave them over and hand the helm to somebody else, lead them into the navigation room. I know. Do all of you follow? Does anybody not?
Where is Soshi?
They would be waiting for me in the navigation room.
Okay. So, Rhynak, you see the imps begin to follow Finnick, but as soon as you are within the area of Soshi, they instantly slink back and hide in the shadows and disappear.
Does it seem like base imp, ill, big celestial thing, or is this Moloch or whoever being worried about Soshi? Because they weren't worried about me.
Right. Roll an insight check.
Okay. I just want to see if like, was this like a cat seeing like a threat and being like, nope? Or was this person within being like, get back?
Mm-hmm.
You said insight.
Yeah, because Soshi does have true sight.
Right.
As well.
24.
Okay.
Oh.
This is it's honest. It seems like both. They know, you could tell that Soshi is a threat to these creatures.
Yeah.
And they know that.
Yeah.
And it seems like they're also moving in a coordinated effort, which suggests that there is someone else being like, no, let's not do that. Come back here. Keep hiding. Don't let this thing see you.
Oh, okay. Okay. Says nothing. Sorry. All that to say, said nothing. Just. But follows.
Yep. Okay. So you all.
That's the reason. Especially if Finnick and Gormrug go.
Yeah. So you see a very excited Morrigan put the map on the table. I think this is the first time all of you have been in the navigation room. It is what it sounds like. On the walls there are these kind of like cabinets, but it is like this clear glass on a couple of them with like little wooden sort of lines to reinforce it. And you can see through the little diamond-shaped glass panels that there seems to be scrolls and stuff like that, which you would assume is either maps that she has collected in the towns that we've been in, or paper and things like that to make maps and map making things. There is a big wooden table in the middle of this room, and it is kind of, I don't know, there would be what is the equivalent of a compass, but instead of being a 2D sort of disc, it is a 3D sphere. And that is the compass, kind of set upon, if you know, like a globe, like a world globe, that kind of thing. And so you can move it around on the table, which is the only thing that there really is of note, would be the circular compass, because we haven't had a lot of places to stop at and get things. All right, well, I did have the cook bring the stew up. We were able, some of the crew was able to get some more provisions. So they decided to make stew. It's not half bad, actually. A couple of them know how to cook. Would you look at that? It's not poison in it either. I had Soshi test it. And they'll sort of push the bowls that were on the table as well towards you guys. Now, I know it's kind of early, but I did want to set out as soon as the sun rose. We should be at the cove within a day. And this, motioning at the map, is sort of kind of mostly on the way. So it's perfect. We'll be able to veer over, see what's there, and keep going and still make it to the cove within the day if everything goes according to plan. Not gonna lie, I don't know what is there, except there's supposed to be a ship and it's sunken. I, of course, have no problem getting to the sunken ship and grabbing whatever happens to be there. Hopefully, some nice shiny things. If the spider had a map to it, there has to be something there that they wanted. Right? I'm hoping it's a new shiny thing with some magic in it. But it could really be anything, especially where they were concerned. You know.
Instead of searching for treasure, they should have searched for some common sense.
I mean, she
Apologies.
seemed to have some of that. Just, I don't know, always felt like her head was too big for the rest of her, if you know what I mean. Do you want me to let you know when? Well, you'll feel it. The ship will stop. We'll drop anchor above the sunken ship. But I don't know if you all want to be notified. Rhynek, I know you can also get down there, no problem. If either of you, motioning to Finnick and Gormrug, feel like doing some deep sea diving and spelunking, are just curious to see the fishes, I can make it so that you do not need to breathe underwater. But I don't know if that's something you would like. It might be fun. If anything, seeing the wreck and, the fishes and stuff. It'll be fine. All of you, yeah. You're
Fun?
muted. Oh.
I just worry about what's down there.
Sea stuff? We will have, now that we've got our master gunner back, we're able to get some supplies for the crew that we rescued off of them cages and such. We will have some people with, some archers up here. and anything. We're always, out in the sea, on alert. So we'll be prepared if anything does come up. You afraid of sharks?
Probably things that are a little bit bigger than sharks, so.
Yeah, we've got Soshi and Zero who can transform into squids or bigger sharks or what have you. So I think we'll be okay. But if you want to stay on the ship, that's I was just inviting you, if that is something you would like to experience. You
I
don't have to.
appreciate the invitation.
How about you? To Gormrog.
Yeah.
You are really muffled.
When we deal with this little diversion and then go to the cove, we pick up your first mate, right?
Yes, sir.
How much longer after that do we take on the pirates?
That depends how long it takes us to get there. My mates at the cove have the coordinates, the location of the first of the two generals of the Pirate King. So when we get there, we'll know where they are, and we'll be able to chart a course and hopefully get a more exact timing for that. The second one, we might have to... I'll probably have our new ship pick up some of my other crew that's on the cove and go off to do some scouting on their own while we take care of the first general to help us find the second. Their location, I don't think we have right now. And hopefully by the time we deal with the first, we have an idea of where the second is.
And then we
As for the
glance at
Pirate
Raynak.
King, we know exactly where he is, but we can't necessarily go up to him while he still has his backup. There's too many of them. So,
I think Rhynak pipes up. This probably will feel antithetical to your profession, but I think it is fair to ask that, well, getting treasure, monetary gain, is useful, and I see why we want to make this detour or stop. I think the asks potentially is no more non-necessary stops while we have this journey. For timing's sake is all.
well, I think rescuing my crew from, being caged up and jailed in the middle of a plaza felt a little necessary to me, as was getting the ship in the first place. But I know what you mean.
I think you misunderstand. I mean, that, sure. Get your crew back, of course. Treasure map.
See, the fact that they had this, and it was a thing they were planning to do, means that it was not just money. Knowing her, definitely of the magical nature. I would have assumed someone like you to be interested in magical artifacts and the like.
Always fascinated.
So hopefully, we find something worth your while.
Oh, I doubt that will be the case, but... And if it's money or whatever that you need, you see him pull out from his pack, as I start to talk about the things that was on her person. He pulls out a jade game board, like a chess game or something, and he plops it on the table. This is
Dragon
probably...
chess?
It's... One second. It most likely is... yes, probably. This is my estimate, worth about 7,500 gold pieces. I don't need it. Maybe this could be a
If you don't
start
want it,
for you.
I'll take it.
Sure.
But money is definitely not something we're short on. That's not an issue. It's just the fact that I have a feeling it's not money that we're going to find.
Huh.
And they were a little bit more on the sketchy side, as it seems they were. And from, she's going to open up a little cabinet and take out the letters, put those on the table. It seems she was talking with another captain around these parts, and somebody from the Wanderman's Assembly. Here's, look at it yourself, and she'll put down the list as well, with the names of the pirates and the ones that have been crossed off. Seems she's
More I hear
had
about
some
these.
dealings, and if she wanted whatever was on this ship, must have been kind of important. Oh, you were saying something, Tom?
Well, just the more I hear about these Wandermen, the less I like them.
Yeah. Yeah, and she'll leave them on the table for all of you to, you know, grab them, read them, look through the letters and the lists. So money's not an issue, but I do like dragon chess.
Well, I go where they go. He looks at Finnick and Gormrock and just whoever Zero is. Again, not being disrespectful to this crew, but if there were crews, he would not be on this crew. He would be on theirs. So he just looks over, and there's not really rush upon his face. There has been. Definitely like, what the hell are we doing? But right now, not really.
How deep do you think the water is around there? Or you said you don't really know, but
Won't know until we get there and drop the anchor.
okay.
But
About how long till
you'll
we're there?
let me know. How long till we're there? So I did spend the morning charting our course and stuff.
You've got about 2 to 3 hours before you reach the location. It's not necessarily the farthest, and traveling northward, the way the islands are laid out, there is a stronger northward breeze
The current.
going up, than coming down as well, where you'll have to fight some of the current. So that's where the longer leg of the journey will be, but you'll reach it relatively quickly.
Nice. Yeah, so we should be there in about 2 to 3 hours. The longer leg of the trip will just be sailing to the cove from there. You all let me know if you'd like to do some diving as well. The offer's on the table.
Okay. Well, if there's nothing else to be discussed, then we will move forward in time. Go
At a
ahead.
point, whether it's in here, it doesn't really matter for whether it's in here or whether it's like right after he would be with Gormrug and Fennec. Also, things. I don't really have a material connection to most. So most things I find, if I don't need, I give to you. He pulls out probably a yellowish potion, and he hands it to Gormrug. Things are useful, though. This, based on my identifying properties of my powers, this is potion that will increase your speed twofold. And he hands Fennec a rolled up scroll, different than the type that he makes. Super different. I did a quick scan. This, if you need to keep your own faculties, and perhaps make sure that you can do what you need to do with yours. As he hands you a spell scroll of glibness.
Hey, what's up, Fainer? Welcome in. Thanks for rating, guys. I appreciate it.
If you need to understand what it does, we can speak later. But again, I don't keep what I don't need, and I don't need. I consider giving this to Zero, but I think that would be a bad idea. And it's a rod, and there's 3 tentacles coming off of it.
It's the weapon that what's her face used, that
Nalistra?
Yeah, Nalistra used, that wrapped you in spiderwebs.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I guess it would be like tenderly, yeah. But I will hold on to this. Consider it as trophy for the audacity.
That she was
Alright.
full of.
So
Just for DM, just for my sake, hit me with the name of that potion.
Oh, it's a potion of speed.
Thank you.
Yep.
Okay.
I just want to make sure I remove these from mine. And remove this from mine. And he flat out did give you that dragon chessboard. Also clearly showing that he doesn't care for monetary things. That's not the type of rogue that he is. But yeah, that's it.
Wizard giving away money is crazy.
Wizard giving away money is crazy. Rogue wizard giving away money is crazy. Yes, DM, I know what this is probably doing to me. If I need to get these later, but that's not what he does.
NBD. I will say,
I kept some of it.
as yes, the potion of fest is fuck, boy.
No, I
That's
gave
too
that.
funny.
Rogue gave that away. I
Yeah.
hurt myself doing it, but it's not what we have done.
Okay, so who's on the deck of the ship as we begin to approach the final bit of this? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. I need all of you to go ahead and roll me perception checks.
If this is not like a sudden reaction thing,
No, you
Gregor
can
help.
add anything that would give you an advantage. Go ahead and use that. You can go ahead and add all of your extra rolls because all of you see it. It's just how much of it you see that is the question.
24.
We do have somebody on the crow's nest as well.
Mm-hmm. And that's what I will say is what draws your attention first and foremost as your pirate crew member up in the crow's nest. Hull is Captain, we got land ahead.
I'm assuming there's not supposed to be
There is
land
not
there.
supposed to be land there.
27.
21. Sorry.
Okay. And Gormrock and
15.
Mistress, 15. Okay. As I've said, you all see it. Gormrock, you see just this massive, like, island a little bit off in the distance, with this, like, mountainous, almost like a bunch of spiky hills kind of off there. Morgan, you know what this is. You've heard of them in this area. It's unfortunate, but it's not a surprise. Finnick and Rhynak, you see this greenish blue hued island with a patterned hill-like formation across its back. You see these bits of green moss growing on these hills, and algae kind of stuck down as if a bit of reef grew to this, rose to the surface, and all of that vegetation just kind of wilted on against it. And you two notice this burst of, like, two geysers shooting off out of the water as whatever this is lowers slightly as these bursts spray off into the air. Roll. You know what? I don't even want you to roll. I don't want you to
Okay.
roll. You know who this is, Morgan. This is... You've heard of him in the area. This is Amnemus. He's been seen patrolling these waters lately. This is the greenback, the steam breath, the hunger, and the regal, as he likes to call himself. Amnemus, the dragon turtle. You recognize his markings from his shell as you approach.
Morgan yells back out. That isn't land, you idiots! Everyone, 2 arms! We'll try to go around and hope it hasn't noticed us. But I have everybody kind of get to their posts anyways.
Yeah.
Because this thing is huge, and if it has noticed us, we wouldn't have necessarily a lot of time.
I will say the biggest thing about Amnemus that you know is his curiosity.
Nope, we're going
is
around
a
that
very curious little boy.
Mm-mm. I am, because I am at the helm, right? And I'm yelling this from the helm, and the rest of you would see everybody kind of running about. I would send Soshi in hawk form to go inform Gale, so that the other ship can also ready to arms. And me at the helm will try to go veer off to the side in an attempt to go around it, and again hope it hasn't noticed us.
Okay. I haven't given you ship stats yet.
That's a you thing.
That's a me thing.
Mhm.
I apologize for
Yeah.
that. Do me a favor.
Mm-hmm.
Roll me a d20.
Okay.
Add your charisma bonus because you are the captain
Lovely.
of the ship. And then I'll add a bonus for what I think is a...
It's a dirty 20.
Okay. Instantly, your crew begins to rush about the deck of the ship. They begin to take post, pulling riggings, getting the sails. They instantly all of them arch, and your ship launches and lurches to the side, beginning to pull left as you, with your passive, even with just your passive perception, can see where those two geysers pushed out from the water. That was his nose. And you looking onto it, you can see his eye, even through the water, as this massive turtle head is beneath the surface. You see that ridged head of Nemus, and you see the eyes shut as he appears to be sleeping in this moment. It is very close to the wreckage of the ship, just to put that into perspective. And as you're kind of putting this together, probably the reason that ship was sunk.
That's unfortunate. Like and that's the thing, it's like ships sailing isn't like a lot of noise, it's most like the crew itself.
Mm-hmm.
Do I think reasonably that we'd be able to still anchor over the wreckage? Like, do I think it'll stay asleep long enough? Is the question.
What would you like to do to try and figure that out?
I think it's just like remembering like stories about it. Because there are creatures, that like sleep a very long time and only wake up, do something, go back to sleep. So it's like, would I know this creature to be a very active creature?
What you know of Nemus is he is, for a dragon turtle, very curious, relatively intelligent. He has had conversations with crews before. You do know that they are not necessarily the most perceptive creatures. They're,
Okay.
they're in the water, so.
Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm going to telepathically tell Soshi, who went over hawk form to the other ship, to have Gale take the ship like a mile further out, essentially, ahead of us, right? So that if this creature does wake and decide to do something, they're not close enough for any harm to come to them, right? I will also tell Soshi to stay on that ship so that I can communicate with them.
Okay.
So with them out of the way, I am still going to want to put anchor and go to this wreckage. Because this ship, I know that if we have to move quickly out, I can tidal wave us away, but I can't do it to both ships.
Okay. I get what you're going with. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah. Cersei, I know you would rather be here, but I'm going to need you to stay over there. There's no... I have no communication with Gale otherwise. I'm sorry to use you as a messenger.
I understand. It's fine. Just please be careful. I'd rather not have to save you from a dragon turtle's belly.
Yeah, it'll be fine. We're gonna be so quiet. We're gonna hope it doesn't wake up. And if
Your
it does-
strongest suit.
Exactly. I'm so good at this. It's gonna be fine. And if it does, we are in the middle of the water. What better place to be, right?
I don't understand that logic, but
I can control the water. That is a thing.
it's a turtle that lives in
will
water.
Be so fast. It'll be easier to maneuver out here than it would be on land. Okay.
I'm not gonna argue with you. Good luck.
I'll let you know if anything happens. I promise. I am going to motion to the rest of you. Hey, I don't know if you've seen that giant thing over there. Not an island, not land. Do any of you know what a dragon turtle is?
So, you know when I said I was scared of things bigger than sharks?
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest,
You're
I never
afraid
really.
of dragon turtles? Have you seen a dragon turtle before? They're not terribly common.
Seen? No. Heard of? Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, the stories aren't very kind. Most of them are true too, which makes it, worse, I think.
Yeah.
But this one is sleeping. Huh? Now, the wreckage is only a little ways ahead of it. I reckon the dragon turtle is what
Wreck.
sank the ship.
Sorry, that he didn't say that. Sorry.
That was 100% the player, not the character.
DM question. I'm just thinking out loud. I'm a wizard. That's what I do. There's not necessarily a spell for this, but being someone who is about concealing secrets, also being someone with a subclass that's about that spell work and like respecting the craft and the inscribing of things, is there a way? Because big dragon turtle, Nar.
Arnar.
Is there
Arnar.
a way for potentially Rhynak to like start to inscribe something upon like the post of the ship to make it more stealthy? Put like a rune or a rote upon it. Just because can't do anything about that, but at the very least can make this be less seen. Fuck the other boat. This one.
I'm gonna say yes, but it's gonna be a skill check. We're gonna do a
Of
few.
course.
We'll do a few skill checks.
Let's do it.
Okay. First, I want you to do an arcana check as you begin to prep the space and pull out the quill and begin to weave the runes, the arcane symbols that are going to go into helping you kind of draw the shadows onto the ship, essentially casting a ship-wide someone help me out. What the hell's the name of the spell?
Darkness?
Silence?
No.
Darkness?
Pass without
Pass
trace.
without a trace.
Pass without trace. We
Ding,
got
ding, ding.
there.
Did I get inspiration for that? No?
Yeah, sure.
Damn it.
Hey!
Fuck yeah.
What's up, Finnick?
I really
Uh,
didn't think it would work.
Can I was just gonna ask if I can cast guidance while he's doing this.
Yeah, 100%. Go ahead and give him guidance.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Gotcha.
All right. First roll plus guidance. I'm using my black die too. What are you? Okay. Math.
No, the worst.
19.
19. Okay. Not great considering what you're trying to do, as you are trying to bring in all of this arcane energy across the ship. That being said, as you begin to cast this spell, it is going to be, because you only missed the DC by 1, it's going to be a -1 to the roll, and it is going to be a plus for whatever level spell you put into it.
Okay.
So it's going to be a flat roll, -1 plus whatever spell level.
Flat D20
Yep.
roll? Ooh, fun. Okay. I mean, I'll put second level because that's the highest I have. So -1 plus. Yes, I'm more rogue than wizard.
I always forget that.
I play it well. So -1 plus 2, so +1.
Yep.
Okay. And just +1, nothing, not intelligence, anything like that.
Let's go with plus your casting ability modifier, like whatever
Right.
your intelligence caster, so plus your intelligence score.
Okay. Just want to make sure. Don't screw me over.
Oh no.
Damn it.
Do you have-
Do I have
With
an inspiration?
guidance? Do you
have your inspiration?
I never used my inspiration from last week.
Use it.
You
Use
did
your
not.
inspiration. You
It was
also have
absolutely a nat one.
guidance.
That's
Jesus.
funny. Okay.
Anything's better
guidance?
than the one. Honestly.
Anything better than the one.
I think the one's perfect, personally.
I don't. I hate that. 27.
27. Okay.
Wait, plus
Let's
plus
go.
28. Sorry, I didn't add the 1.
Okay. So, Rhynak, what does it look like as you're essentially casting Pass Without a Trace across the entire ship?
Mm-hmm.
Describe that magic for me. What it looks like as Rhynak is just overloading himself to put out this spell.
As Morgan is not proclaiming, but letting us know about the dragon turtle, and just having that conversation, he just whispers, "I apologize, Captain," and he literally starts to inscribe upon the post of the mast, long big pole, I forget what it's called. He begins to inscribe upon it, and he's whispering in Celestial, most likely, saying words like silence, secrets, no more, no more. And as he's writing, you not only see around this pole, this purplish magenta black essence start to form that like a roiling fog exudes from that, starting to envelop this massive ship, soft enough that we can see it, but not super apparent for anything else that's too far away. And it just begins to almost conceal the ship. Think about like when like fighter jets, like in like fantasy, go invisible, and you see like the light kind of shining around it, that this illusory magic is starting to form that around the boat itself. And he just holds his hands in that period spot, not letting go.
Yeah. Morrigan was going to say something, but as they hear you murmur, because they do understand Celestial, thanks to Soshi, just sort of let you finish. Not necessarily knowing what you're doing, but it's like okay, like the vibes. Got it. I understand.
The
what's happening
vibes.
here, you know?
Yeah.
All right, so I we're gonna try to do this as fast as we can. Even with this masterful display of magic, I'd rather not linger. Take our chances on that waking up. Like I said, I don't know what's going to be there. And I do think it would be safer and faster if we all go. I know, don't really know, well, probably don't swim as well as I do. And I've never really done this on somebody else, so it's a little weird. But here, just I'm going to touch you now, not like that. And she puts her hands first on Finnick, because out of the three of them, Finnick's the one they're the most comfortable with. And Morgan will reach up probably and grab put her hands on your shoulders and cast freedom of movement on you, as well as water breathing. So water does not count as difficult terrain, so you have your normal movement speed instead of the half that you would normally have while you're swimming.
Cool.
That also means your armor does not weigh you down.
You feel so light, Finnick.
It's really
feels
weird.
good.
Yeah, like it feels like you're not wearing it, and so you have to look down like, oh, she didn't just strip me naked right here. I still have it on me. Then she'll turn to Gormrog and do the same. You, whoever has, honestly, probably just above a 10 on your passive perception, would notice that because she carries the scimitar at her hip, you would notice it glow in this blue light. And so putting two and two together, you would understand that whatever she is doing is coming from the sword.
Yeah. To that point, as you approach, my hand reaches for the sword, but stops.
Yeah, and I think she would be that's another reason like she didn't do you first, is like she doesn't want to touch you.
Don't want to be touched.
Yeah. And
You
and
feel
there is
wrong.
like there is this sort of like hesitation of, okay, like just suck it up, get it together, it's
Mhm.
gonna be fine. She takes a deep breath, and when she puts her hands on you, she literally just like shuts her eyes and tries to concentrate on just putting the magic on you. And it feels both right, because through her touching you, technically, and her pumping that magic into you, you would feel your chest hum as the recognition of it is its own magic pumping into you.
Yep.
And so it would feel really right. And she just tries to do it as fast as she can. And as soon as she's done, she yanks her hands off of you like you burn. Like, you know, like when you touch something hot.
The moment your hands reach out for me, my entire body just solidifies and just, I don't move an inch. No muscles even twitch. It just, I'm a statue. You cast your spell, you pull away, still not moving.
She doesn't look at you. She opens her eyes and immediately turns to Rhynak, just wanting to put some distance. She does Rhynak last because he kind of scares her. It's one of those things where it's like, I think you're so cool and I've seen you do shit, but honestly the shit I've seen you do also makes me a little bit scared of you, but I think you're really cool at the same time. And she turns over and to Rhynak, she holds her hands up and goes, "May I?"
You see his hand still holding the quill. He doesn't often actually hold it. He does, but sometimes, especially when he's doing magic, it kind of does its own thing. He's intentionally holding the quill at that period, at the end of the sentences that he's been writing, unmoving, as he's clearly concentrating. If I come with, it means I need to make sure that this stays intact, just in case that eventually looks over.
Do you feel like you need to stay?
Joe, what I was going to ask next, because again, this is kind of a custom thing. If I expend one of my tokens of the departed, could I not actually hold concentration, but essentially hold concentration while I go, which could be fun if that soul ever gets, it's no longer the anchor point of this spell.
Let me look up what your soul tokens do because I'm not 100% familiar with it. But I'm going to say yes, just because rule of cool. So I'm going to say yes for now, and if I have to adjust, we can adjust.
For sure. And I can do 2 as well. I think it's what I want would be interesting. He looks over at you, Morgan, and he says, "Fortunately, I am curious to know what might be underneath." And he begins to mutter to himself. And as he does, his right hand moves inside of his jacket, and it takes specifically the second of the 5 scrolls that he has. And as he holds it in his hand, the paper itself, a palish gray tone, starts to look as if it was burned and all it is ash. It begins to crumble in his hand, coating his fingers as it falls upon the ground. And as it does, there's a rush around. The wind picks up slightly before, familiar to Gormrug and Finnick, a almost spectral variant of the younger storm giant holding the mast, as I took its soul in our fight. It is wordless, it is silent, but it's just almost taken his place as the holder. Which basically also, DM, if you say this no longer works, then that's that. And that's the fun of this custom fun thing.
So you're using one of your souls to maintain the concentration. We're saying this is you using the soul trinket to give advantage on concentration checks, on constitution saving throws,
yeah. Just essentially just try to be whatever it is. And if this spell goes away, it goes away. But something gets over there while I'm gone, while we're off the ship.
What I'll say is, roll me 2d8.
2d8.
This will be how many minutes that soul can hold on in this space.
Okay. Oh, that's scary. Okay. You know what? The dice have told the best story. 10 minutes exactly.
Okay.
Love it.
10 and 4 and 6. He lets go. and you see that visage of that storm giant who looks almost like stern, like a statue. And as he lets go, that won't last long. So we should move, as you say. And with every passing second, you see that soul begin to age. A natural sense of time. For in 10 minutes, they will be old, decrepit, and then dead.
She holds out her hand to touch you.
He doesn't resist.
She'll put one hand on one of your shoulders, and I know you don't need to breathe, but she'll just place freedom of movement on you, since you don't need water breathing. Let's go now.
Okay. Then, with that, you all line up on the edge of the ship's deck and dive down into the water. I need all of you to roll me stealth checks.
I'm assuming no extra bonuses or anything.
No. That spell is only working on the ship to keep all of those people quiet and all the sounds that are associated with the ship being in the water. Anyone else is free to cast any other spells if they'd like.
Cast guidance on myself.
Sure.
32.
Okay. Morgan?
Rogue.
I forgot I get advantage, so I'm rolling a second just in case. Yeah, they were both really shitty, but 24.
Okay. Gormrock, I'm going to come to
27.
our sad paladin last. 27. Go ahead, our sad paladin. How have you ruined all this planning?
8.
Oh, God.
I need to be right back. Keep going.
Or plunk.
Oh, no,
So-
we were spotted by a fish.
So, the way, because it is sleeping, its perceptions are at disadvantage.
Mm-hmm.
Just so that's clear for you, so you guys know what happens next, was because it was at disadvantage.
Just like my stealth.
You all dive down into the water. Finnick splashing more than you guys would have liked as her large form and all those metal plates disrupt the water in this, like, they almost rattle and create this echo that shoots out through the water as she pierces down into the waves. Using your movement, you all begin to swim down as fast as you can, moving. Gormrog, you're far away from everyone else unless you decide to stick with the group. Okay. You all begin to lower down into the water. Roll me perception checks, everyone.
Six.
28.
Okay.
6.
Okay. Morgan, you see the ship like even through the waves, like your vision is relatively clear, just being who you are and the connection you have with the ocean. You are able to see through the salt of the sea relatively easily. And you can see the ship down there below. It's about 3 or 4 turns worth of movement to get down there. So it is going to take you a bit of time, but you are all able to begin to travel down there. Morgan, your passive perception is high enough. You notice movement above you. there is a shifting in the turtle's stature as it seemingly begins to stretch its fins out and its head kind of lowering down in your direction as it sees the glinting silver like a fishing lure.
I should have stripped you.
You should have.
But you all are moving faster than this turtle is, or is able to. So,
Yeah, I motion to the wreckage, and start swimming faster, essentially like dashing, because once we are like within it, Finnick will be not shining and not visible to it.
Okay.
So hopefully it just thinks Finnick is a nice silver fish, and oh no, it got away. You know, that's the hope. But because our ship is hidden for the time being, us swimming back to it would let the turtle know, hey, there's a ship there.
right.
So instead, I'm motioning for us to swim faster to the bottom, to the wreckage, so we can hide among it.
Does anyone speak Aquan or Draconic?
Dwarvish, Elvish,
I could have, but no.
Okay. Just you, Gormrock? What is it, Aquan or Draconic? Aquan. From the blade?
Yes, but primordial from my studies.
Right. You also have Aquan, Morgan, from the blade.
Oh, lol.
Lol. Okay, just so I know. That being said, Rhynek and Morgan, you see this turtle kind of clock you all, and it brings up its massive flippers, pushing the water. And even at this distance now, you can feel the water churning just from the size of this creature as it begins to rocket itself down in your all's direction. I'm going to say, let us all make athletics or acrobatics checks as we are swimming through the water to get down into the ship.
$26.
Okay. Norma?
30-20.
Okay. Rhynek?
19.
Okay. And Finnick.
And
Okay.
I was gonna ask. I guess not, because everything would have happened so fast. Yeah, I was gonna see if there was a way I can, because it actually doesn't require verbal, and I'm not trying to speak in the water, to try to minor illusion Finnick's armor to look duller, so it doesn't shine as much.
I'll say you can do that if you guys were to roll another stealth check that would give her advantage.
Okay, sure.
But it's not going to help in this moment. It doesn't.
Not in this
seem-
moment. Yeah, sounds good.
Okay. All right. Finnick, you're not doing
Yep.
great.
no.
As you all begin to make your way down, and Finnick, you watch as your fellow fists pull themselves down into this ship wreckage. As you see this big eye next to your body. Massive.
I'm not going without her.
But because she is having so much difficulty in this time, in this moment, Finnick, you see this eye pull up next to you. And you
Yep.
hear through the water like vibrations that almost are almost too much, as you feel your eardrums beg to shatter, to stop from just this sheer sound of this creature. Unta. And for those of you that are actually able to speak Aquan, hello, little one. What brings you to my treasures?
I curse under my breath in my head.
Okay.
And I swim back. And as I'm swimming, no, I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna save that just in case, because that's gonna cost me. I swim back and sort of try to get the attention of this Amnimus, Minimus, Anemone. What was his name?
Anemus?
Animus.
Amnimus. Amnimus.
Anemus. I wrote it wrong. I wrote it how I thought it sounded, and then I can't read it. So, it's what it's.
D&D notes. Yeah, that makes sense.
And because I know its name, I respond in Ahorn. And so Finnick and Rhynek would just hear more gurgling. Essentially, it's what it sounds like.
You don't speak whale.
And go, hello, Anemus. I didn't realize you were awake.
You're funny for a little one.
We have just come to see what we can find in the wreckage of this ship right below you. And then we will be on our way.
Gives a massive sweep. Roll a dexterity saving throw, Finnick, as he just swims past you.
I need to get new dice.
Didn't you just get new dice?
I did just get new dice. I just need better dice because that's a 4.
Okay,
Hunter, what the hell?
I'm gonna say you
Hunter,
are
come on.
shot ass over tea kettle backwards as this creature swims past you, and you are gonna be stunned for 1 round as you are just
That's fine.
completely fucking thrown off. But Amnemus swims down, getting much closer towards you, Morgan. Seeing you kind of down by the ship now. It's this massive head coming directly towards you. You are like like a minnow to a shark. Just the scale is tremendous, and you are face to face with a dragon turtle. You see its eyes kind of look you over.
I can tell you what I find in there, if you'd like. Though I don't suppose you'd trouble yourself with things as small as us and our trinkets.
It's all already mine, little one. Who do you think brought it down? Why would I let you look through my ship?
Well, I suppose you being as imposing and strong and powerful as you are would have no use for the trinkets on that ship. Someone as small as I, however, well, I need everything I can get, don't you think?
What's your name, little one?
I consider. Because it's like, man, depending on how many ships it has sunk, And depending on whether or not it's talked to any of its occupants of those ships, I don't have the greatest reputation. She genuinely thinks for a moment. Mako, at your service, Animus.
What did you call yourself?
Mako.
Roll a deception check for me.
It is not a lie. That is my name.
Oh.
It is simply the one I was born with.
Mm-hmm.
Just haven't used it in a very, very long time.
He is
I
gonna.
panicked. She wasn't gonna think of a new name.
You see the lower half of his body begin to lower down and you like that typical pose you see turtles take as they're floating in water, like all its limbs just tagging there. It's the rest of you can see this. It is just little Morgan and this massive dragon turtle sitting there. What would you do with my treasure, little Merc? What'd you say your name was?
Mako.
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 Little Mako. Sounds like a type of fish. I
Mackerel?
am a little hungry.
Is that what you're thinking of?
I could go for some fish. I'm distracted. I apologize.
Yeah, she thinks he's kind of cute. I want to keep him as a pet. Impossible. It's so big. No, put a leash on it.
While
and,
they're-
haul it behind the ship.
While they're talking, can I swim after Finnick and grab her by the foot and just pull her down to the ship?
Are you trying to do this stealthily or no?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Roll a stealth check. It's going to be at disadvantage because you are trying to drag Finnick down with you. So.
Alright, the lower one is an 11, but my stealth is a +8 for a 19.
Okay. Yeah, you're able to swim up and kind of grab hold of Finnick, riding her in the moment and help bring her back down below towards the ship that is now resting at the bottom of the ocean. Reinek, was there anything you wanted to be doing in this moment?
Trying to figure out at one point in his life did he think he'd be underwater talking to a dragon turtle? I don't think that was in
Not in
the
the cards. Not in the
nah,
cards.
nah. Because there's a difference between look, I'm just gonna duck my head underwater while y'all are swimming and casually just kind of walk versus swimming down. I don't do this. But I think at the very least, seeing this and seeing this conversation, has no idea what's being said. Probably should not try to listen in, even though he could technically start to comprehend things. He's not going to. He's just going to wait until this creature is not focused in the direction Reinek is, before he literally disappears and goes deeper. Just to no, bye. I should know I am not going invisible. I'm teleporting deeper into darker spots to continue my stealth that I had.
Because there is a magic. There's the teleportation. What are you using to do that?
My innate Raven, my Shattered High
yes.
side, my teleportation. Yeah.
Okay. Roll stealth check.
Yep.
Use your spellcasting ability modifier instead of your stealth, your normal stealth.
Okay. Would I have proficiency that matters on what I'm adding to this?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll give you a proficiency because it would make sense for you to be proficient in using this ability to stealth around.
Okay. Good. Math 24.
Okay, you're fine. Easy enough. You're able to.
And I'll note he's not going to be like blipping around.
Right.
It's literally the first I'm just going to get away from this and then
Yeah.
start swimming lower. Just no.
No.
Go. And
Okay.
I will also use that feature.
Okay. I regret to inform you, little Mackerel, that you are not going to be able to steal from me. I've earned this ship by my right, and I will keep it. Where is your ship? Or did you swim here?
Well, as you can see, I am a very good swimmer.
Why are you so good at swimming? You don't look like you're part fish, even though your name is fishy.
I am. You can call me a friend of the ocean spirits. They lend me their strength.
Which ocean spirit do you know? Is it Doug? That bastard.
I apologize. I do not know it, Doug. Though, you don't seem to like them very much.
I'm making
I don't
a
feel
joke.
very
There's
sorry.
no spirit named Doug.
Oh my God. It's like that really old man that just like laughs at his own jokes.
Mhm.
I love it.
Mm.
Now I will not be stealing from you. I am asking.
Well, what do you have to trade, little Mackerel?
What would someone as great as you want for some waterlogged trinkets at the bottom of the ocean?
All my trinkets are waterlogged. How about you trade me information? It's not often I'm able to learn this goings on of the different crews. Are you a pirate, little one?
Yeah, Morgan does smirk. The information. That is definitely something I can provide. When last did you hear of the goings on of the people above the water?
Oh, there was a few from this ship that told me a few tales, but nothing good enough to warrant not snacking on them. That being said, I'm interested to see how my peoples are faring on the surface.
She would honestly offer up as much as she knows without giving away her name or her ship's name. She's assuming some people think that she died when her last ship was sunk.
Mhm.
And if this turtle believes so, she wants to keep that way.
Roll me a history check as you try to recount the various bits of information to this turtle.
Yeah. She would tell the turtle as well that at the last island they were at, that the spider's ship had been she's gonna tell it was sunk and the spider is dead. Obviously not seeing it sound like she did it. It's just like, oh, I heard type of thing. So she'll include everything that they've done in that sense
Mhm.
of who's alive, who's dead, without implicating herself. And you said history.
Yeah.
Man, dude, she's dumb.
Yeah.
Sorry, it's because I only have a +1. I did roll a 17 on the die,
Okay.
though, so that's an 18.
Ooh. I remember that spider crossing my water. She never smelled right.
Yeah, there's something off about her, but she doesn't foul the ocean any longer.
While this is happening, let's quickly switch over to Rhinak, Gormrog, and Finnick. What are you guys
Did
doing?
they make it to?
Yeah,
did they make
yeah.
it to the wreckage?
Yeah.
Going inside.
Okay. You're just gonna start looking, I'm assuming?
Yeah.
Alright.
It's, like dragging Finnick in so that she's hidden from the turtle.
Mm-hmm.
And attempting to see what I can see, find what I can find.
Roll me
Ocean what I can ocean.
investigation checks.
Would I be there as well as just before I get there?
No, you would be there too.
Okay. And for Morgan's sake, it doesn't look like right. Well, it technically was
Like
a
I'm in
32
trouble?
stealth.
No.
No. I was gonna say that it didn't look like it was like he's not abandoning you to this dragon turtle. Just like she probably knows what she's doing. I can't hear this language. I'm gonna go. So just so she didn't think she's like alone up there.
She was kind of hoping that you guys would continue swimming.
Cool. Great. Then investigation. I have it handy, John.
Yeah.
Sorry, that was a
19.
gremlin.
Okay.
She wouldn't have been much help anyways.
28.
28. Okay.
Nice.
17.
17.
This is my best skill.
Okay.
To be fair.
I will say, Gormrog and Finnick,
Hmm.
with an 18, a lot of stuff down here is destroyed. A lot of casks and crates that are in the hold are just crushed and destroyed. Do you see metal bits inside of all of them? Nothing seems particularly useful. The thing you notice is 4 pristine, even after being underwater for this long, 4 pristine cannons with arcane runes etched across the entire casings of these cannons. Rhinak, you notice a bit more. What they see as just destroyed casks, you kind of give a second look at. And find quite a bit. One of the casks you see houses 10 bottles. 6 of them are already destroyed, and whatever was in them escaped. The other 4, you see lightning inside. And you see like this electricity pulsing throughout the bottle. And if you decide to take them, they are 4 bottled lightnings. So it is 4 castings of the spell Lightning Bolt. Through one of the other casks, you find a menagerie of completely ruined and destroyed clockwork familiars. There is enough here that you gather if someone was to try and repair it, you probably could get a familiar out of it. But it will take, someone with some skill to repair these in a way that you will be able to get something out of this. You find a crate that has several leather-skinned bags that are tied They do appear to be a bit waterlogged. And as you open one up, this powder just kind of disseminates into the water and seemingly has no effect, though what it might be, you're not sure. And
How many bags of this? 10?
yeah, 10. Each crate holds 10 items. And then the last one, you see a crate of what you now know to be spell batteries. And all but one is destroyed. I'm rolling for these all to see how many of each is viable. So unfortunately I rolled a 1 on that. But that is... Oh, and you also find...
What level?
2. You also find 50,000 gold pieces in a chest.
50,000?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Now, having both, well, actually, one doesn't even matter. Scanning innately, getting that they didn't get, but also with true sight, is anything invisible? Is anything concealed in a way that just natural darkness isn't seeing it? So just now, just with that arcane eye, if I need to, I'll also immediately cast using my awaken spell book feature to do this as an action versus 10 minutes. I will ritual cast detect magic as well, just so I can just get all angles of the visual spectrum.
I will
just
point
to
out,
make
if
sure
you decide to take 10 minutes, you do know the ship's stealth will disappear.
my awaken spell book ability as a Order of Scribes wizard lets me cast one ritual as an action
Awesome.
per long rest.
With your eye, though, I'll say you don't need it.
Okay, it's just making sure, just turning all the things on.
Yep,
just to make
100%.
sure, do the full scan, because we're not coming back down here.
What I will say is you do see it's not in any cask. It is literally hanging next to what you're gathering is a desk that was used to, in some way, to keep itemized inventory of this space. It's hanging almost, but floating in the water. You see it glowing with this arcane energy. It almost looks like bits of bone and coral kind of in this wind chime-esque design. And it is glowing with a magical energy.
Okay. I'm going to grab it. Well, also, because it hasn't been done before we grab anything. One that's been spotted. Now checking for traps.
Okay. Just roll an investigation check for spot traps for me.
We're not getting blown up down here, okay? They got pristine cannons and stuff. Who knows what else they got? You said what check?
Investigation.
Great. Just in case I get higher. I didn't. But 29.
29, yeah. You do see a few traps kind of built into the things, but they have been destroyed throughout the destruction of the ship. Whether they've gone off or been just waterlogged and destroyed. For the explosive traps, they kind of like all the gunpowder's been just destroyed. So there's nothing that's seemingly going to cause any issues in this moment.
Awesome. First, cursory glance. 2, search for traps. 3, profit. He will start pointing things out for Gormrug and Finnick. Also, not forgetting to make them dull. And just start helping because he can't carry everything. And there's more to get as well.
Go ahead, Finnick.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say I was gonna start trying to interpret the runes on the cannons and see if I can like commit them to memory, because I can't exactly like write them down like underneath water. So trying to interpret and like memorize those.
Roll me an Arcana check, I'll say.
That is an 18.
Okay. You start to reading through them. These are enchantment styled runes, and they seem to be what's producing the blast out of the cannon. It doesn't appear to require any sort of cannonball or gunpowder to make this cannon work. It is strictly a arcano cannon, and it is going to require some sort of lever or pulley to bring it up out of this ship. Otherwise it's going to take like all four of you swimming to lift this thing up.
Well, I'm not trying to like lift it. I'm just trying to memorize these runes to
Yeah.
possibly put them on future cannons.
Okay. I will say it's not as simple as inscribing runes onto a cannon to make it an arcano cannon.
Right.
It's like there's a whole process that goes into this. It takes a long time to make a single cannon. So there being four here is it's very expensive. And these four cannons are probably worth more than a ship by themselves.
I would like to start gathering the things together.
Mhm.
Just in a centralized location.
Okay.
After I've been regaling the dragon turtle with the goings on above land, I ask it if they knew the name of the ship before they sunk it.
No, I didn't bother to learn it. It belonged to those Wanderman folk, though.
Ah, no.
I was hungry.
Tears shed then.
No.
How would you like someone to periodically keep you updated on the goings on of the creatures above the water?
I wouldn't be opposed to a little fish. Roll me a persuasion check.
I want a turtle friend. Oh, that's not bad. That's a 21.
And how will you share this news with me? What will you want in return?
Oh, I don't ask for much. Honestly, making your acquaintance is an honor. You
I
are-
am
I don't know.
magnanimous.
I don't know if you are aware just how legendary you are to the people above the water.
I'm aware.
I would only want the trinkets in that ship and nothing else.
And how will you find me? Have news.
Well, considering your size, I don't think I'd have a very hard time finding you.
Are you
And-
calling me fat?
I hate you. And I assume I can follow the tale of wrecked ships on the water if I ever lose you.
Well, little one, I think that's amenable. I did have a good nap. Maybe it's time I move on. So, take what you need from my ship. I will see you soon, little one.
I will see you then. Remember my face so I don't, accidentally get eaten with the rest. And that was meant to be somewhat funny.
I will be seeing you, little mackerel.
She'll make to start swimming down to the ship as well. Kind of look behind her, to watch the turtle.
You see him roll me an acrobatics check too as he begins to swim, and just the force of his nature.
Absolutely. 29.
You actually are able to kind of catch that current that he creates, and it shoots you down towards the ship, and you're able to very quickly reach the deck of the ship before you turn and see him drifting
Maybe I am
off.
part fish.
See him drifting off into the waters.
Yeah, I reach the others, sort of see this small mountain of random shit Gormrog has assembled. If I guess for brevity's sake, you show me like the cannons and stuff. You see, and it's weird, it does look like water bending, but it looks really weird because we're underwater. But I am going to go ahead and use a 4th level control water
Okay.
to sort of use the water itself in this. It makes this weird, like a whirlpool, but slower, so you don't feel yourselves being pulled into it, and instead is lifting the objects. So that we don't have to physically carry the large ones.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then
Secondary effect. I was also planning on using control water at 4th level to do redirect flow. And in seeing this, I am going to create a pillar of water flow, taking us and the items up to
okay.
the ship.
He hates it. But I think this is the first time that both of us have used our parts of the blade in tandem.
Yep.
And as like the items and we are being pushed up, I think at first, like when the water starts moving her, she looks very confused because she's like, I'm not doing this, and it takes a second to register what's going on because it feels like her magic, because the sword's magic is the only magic she knows. And like she's like this close to throwing up. Essentially.
Yeah, and you feel that sympathetic like vibration between the two of you as you are just around each other now at controlling this water. But in short order, you are able to drag and bring all of the items up onto your ship. And you can now add 4 Arcano cannons to the inventory of the Siren Song. And with that, you begin to angle the ship and head towards your cave, towards your cove. And that is where we're going to call it for the evening.
That was fun.
Yay.
We
Got
didn't get
cannons.
eaten.
Didn't get eaten.
Thank
And
goodness.
I'm in a very one-sided friendship with a giant turtle, and I'm not mad about it. I'm so happy. I love them.
Now we
Okay.
got to get dragon turtle plushies.
I would not. Okay.
We basically created a water elevator.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Okay, that is going to be the end of our adventure for the evening. We are going to go ahead and raid Neo Solgod. I got to interview him the other day, so we're going to go ahead and
Neo.
raid him. He's playing Baldur's Gate 3 with Sunny Cut and Moro, so stick around for that. Catch us Thursday for another episode of Investigation Check, Monday for another episode of Forging Fates. Yuri, go ahead and shout out everything you're doing.
Yeah, again, tomorrow over at Happy Jacks RPG, playing the Electric State RPG on Road to Nowhere. On Wednesday over at Help Action Needed, playing a Fabula Ultima one-shot where we kill the sun. And Thursday over at Help Action Needed once again for the second part of our three-part, mini-series, Our Place at the End of the World, using the Two Moons Rising RPG from Life is Strange. And then Monday here again. Yay.
Okay. Omega, what do you got going on this week?
Just like that, tomorrow over on twitch.tv/StarFeffers for Doomscroll, our summer series. On Thursday over on twitch.tv/Captain Robert for Vecna Eve of Ruin. And on Friday, also on twitch.tv/GCX event for a one-shot in support of GCX's charity marathon and raising money for St. Jude Children's Hospital. And back here on Monday.
Cece, when are you streaming?
Thursday, 7:30 Central Standard Time. I'm playing with B Does D&D and Sequel. We're doing our Baldur's Gate 3 run.
Okay. Okay. I got nothing else. If you guys got nothing else, remember, we love you, geeks. Stick around for the raid. Good night.